We have about 30 seconds left before we begin our flow. You can find a comfortable position. For those of you tuning in online, make sure you have a mat. Yoga blocks are optional, just in case you need a little extra support. I'm going to come around the room and I'm just going to spray a little bit of aromatherapy. I find that it sort of sets the mood for the flow. Gives us a little bit of extra sensory stimulation. Today we're actually going to go ahead and begin in child's pose. So make your way into a quadruped position with the hands beneath the shoulders, the knees beneath the hips. And we're going to widen the knees to the edges of the mat, bringing our big toes together. Sit your tailbone down onto your heels, slide your hands forward, allow your forehead to meet the mat, and go ahead and give it a little rock back and forth. Side to side, gently massaging that space between your eyebrows. Relaxing. Allow the arms to drape. You don't need to press into them at this point in class. It's okay if you cannot settle your tailbone directly onto your heels. Just keep that intention. As we flow today, we'll allow things to sort of melt down as we restore heat to the body, awareness to the body, breath, integrating with mind and heart. Take a big, deep breath in. And exhale, allow that to come out your mouth. A nice big sigh. Notice how it impacts your body on the exhale. And once again, deep inhale in through your nose. Exhale, sigh. And one more time. Check in. Where is your mind today? What's happening on a physical plane? In this position, can you notice any areas where you're holding a bit of extra tension? How are you feeling physically from head to toe? If you're here in the room, it's quite cold. So maybe that's something you're noticing in this moment. Try to rise above mind and heart, noticing the sensation of cold instead of maybe the discomfort or the comfort of it. It simply is a piece of information, something that is happening on a physical level. This is your job throughout practice today. The third eye observer of self. And so every time you come back into mind, back into distraction, back into feeling, I ask you to take a rest, to take a big, deep breath in, and to reframe. I am noticing that I'm having the thought that. I notice that I'm having the feeling that. An impartial observer of your own experience. This is mindfulness. Take a big deep breath in through the nose, down into the belly, the rib cage, and the back. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right side of the room. Take now your left hand and place it over the right if you have that available to you to intensify that stretch. You should feel this run down the side of your body. A couple of deep, intentional breaths in here. Every exhale, an opportunity to release some of that tension as you ease into the stretch. It's not about forcing it. It's about settling in to the discomfort. Inhale, walk the hands back to center. Exhale, walk over to the left, right hand over left. Breathe into that side body. Notice any discrepancies between the left and right sides. You don't have to know what they mean, just take note of them. Create space. And on your next inhale, walk back to center. Big stretch forward, pressing your fingertips as far forward as they possibly can. Breathe into the back. Exhale. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your torso. Bring the knees back in slightly and come into, once again, that quadruped position. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, and begin to roll it out. You can move the body in whatever way feels good for you. You can take a couple cat-cows if that feels nice. I always leave a little bit of room for self-expression here at the beginning of class. And when you're ready, find stillness. Spread your fingers wide. Pull your belly button into your spine gently. Take your toes and flip them into the earth. Reach your heart forward. You're strong here. On our next breath, we're going to, in one swift motion, lift the knees and press the heart towards the upper thighs. And you can go ahead and pedal the feet here in our first downward facing dog of class. One heel descends towards the earth as the opposing knee bends deeply. Take your time here. Warm up the back of the legs. Feel into the hips, all while keeping nice, straight, strong arms. And the intention of the heart pressing back towards the upper thighs. Continue to breathe. And when you're ready, find stillness. There should always be a small, soft bend in the knees in this position. We're going to reach our tailbone up towards the sky, as high as it can go, and then allow our heels to relax towards the earth. Press your chest towards your upper thighs, one nice long line from the top of the head to the base of the tailbone. Deep breath in through the nose. And then go ahead and pull your body forward into plank, releasing the shins down into the earth. Your heart moves forward towards the front of the mat. Your gaze moves forward to the front of the mat. You should feel a little bit of tension in your core, that space around your belly button, the corset that wraps around your rib cage. Deep breath in. And as you exhale slowly, keeping the elbows tight into the body, release your belly all the way to the mat. Pick up each leg one at a time. Relax it down. Hands beneath the shoulders. Elbows pinned back. Inhale. We use the core and back to lift, barely keeping contact between our hands and the mat. You can hover them to check in. And then exhale, bow down. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, release. Inhale to rise. Exhale, release. Press your weight back. Flip your toes, send your tailbone up. Find downward facing dog. Slowly walk your hands back towards your toes. Heel toeing the feet together to touch. Release your heart onto your upper thighs. Bow the head. Deep stretch. Inhale, drag your fingertips up your shins. The heart reaches out in front of you. You should feel a stretch through the back of your legs. And exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep all the way to a standing position. Bring the hands together and exhale them to your heart. Inhale, hands lift as one unit, strong core, and exhale, swan dive down. Slowly walk your hands to the front of your mat. Find plank position. You can modify with me, keeping the knees grounded, or you can take a full variation of this pose, maintaining plank. I'm going to modify for myself today. As you exhale, once again, keep the elbows tight into the body. And when you've reached the base, go ahead and flip onto the tops of the feet, hover the thighs, and lift. Exhale, flip the toes and the tailbone back. Downward facing dog. Make any adjustments that you need to. Inhale in. Exhale, go ahead and walk the hands back towards the toes. Heel toe the feet together to touch and bow. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep. Use your core. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, swan dive. Hands walk forward. Find your plank position. You can modify or you can take the full format. Either way, stay strong. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, elbows stay close to the sides. Hover, flip onto the tops of the feet, lift the heart. Your thighs should always hover above the mat in this position. Exhale, flip the toes and the tailbone back. Downward facing dog. This time, come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees deeply, and hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Feet together, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause. Notice what's happening in the body. Where's the heart? Heat? Sensation? How are you different than where you were 10 minutes ago? As you inhale, press your hands up above your head and exhale, forward fold down. Taking your hands to frame your left foot, step your right foot back into a lunge. We're going to heel toe that foot to the outer edge of the mat, taking the hands to the inside. If this is too much, you can always take that back leg down. Do what feels right for your body today. Breathe into your hips. If you want to put in a little rocking motion into it, that's always invited. More ways to move, create warmth in the body. And then go ahead and heel toe that foot back between the hands, releasing this time the top of that back shin. As you inhale, you're going to use your core strength to lift. And as you exhale, hands come down to the heart as you gently press forward into that hip. You should feel a stretch here. Nothing too intense. Your posture upright, tucking your tailbone underneath of you, trying to square your hips forward as much as possible, and slightly sinking in to that front leg, looking for that 90-degree angle. We should never be trying to press too far forward. You'll get enough of a stretch as it is, just here. Breathing. Resting into that discomfort. Inhale, the hands lift. Exhale. Fingertips come to meet. Walk your hands back and lift that left toe up towards the sky. You should feel a stretch through the back of the leg. This is where the blocks can be helpful if you ever need them. Give you a little bit more height. You shouldn't be rolling here. The heart should be lifted towards that toe. Deep breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and walk that foot forward, hands to frame, flip the back toe, lift up, and we're going to lift that left hand towards the side of the room. Reach through your fingertips. Stay strong in the back foot. Twist through the spine. Exhale, hands come back down to frame the foot, step in, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep. Use your core. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, press the hands as one unit towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to meet the mat. Step back 1 foot at a time to plank. Exhale down through chaturanga, elbows tight to the body, flipping onto the tops of the feet. Lift the heart, up dog. Exhale, flip the toes and the tailbone back, downward facing dog. Come up onto the tiptoes now, bend the knees deeply, and hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe. Deep breath here. And then go ahead and step that left leg back. Low lunge. Heel toe that foot to the outside edge, hands to the inside arch of the foot. Remember, you can always modify by taking that back shin down. Little rocking motion if that feels good for you. Find length in the body. Play with shape. Find stillness. Heel toe that foot back to center. Release that left shin down. Inhale, circle sweep. use your core. Exhale, hands to heart as you gently press forward. Again, we're looking for closer to that 90-degree angle in the front leg, but we're keeping the heart completely upright. We're not trying to lean forward. We're finding that stretch, that length in that front hip. If you need to ground the back toe down, that's perfectly fine. Whatever feels right for you. Square the hips. Sink in a little bit deeper. Soften up. Inhale, lift your hands as one unit. Stay steady. Exhale, your fingertips spider web to meet the mat. Walk them back. Lift that right toe up towards the sky. Straightening that leg. Find a stretch through the hamstring. Keep your heart shining towards that big toe. We're not rounding through the back. Our focus is on the back of the leg. Again, another good space to use the blocks under each hand if you feel like you need a little bit of extra support. Deep breath in. Exhale. Release. Walk the hands forward, the foot flat, hands to frame the foot, flip the left toe in and lift. And again, we're going to come into that twist, opening towards the side of the room. Take a big deep breath in here. Notice any discrepancies between the left and right sides of the body. We're simply noticing. Breathe. Exhale, the hand to frame the foot once again. And go ahead and step the left foot to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive forward. Plant your hands. Step back into a plank 1 foot at a time. And then at your own pace, exhale through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And then flip the toes and meet me in down dog. Lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Release your heels closer to the earth. Pause. Notice what's happening in your mind, your body. How are you different at this moment than when you first walked to your mat? Slowly release your shins down, the tops of your feet, and walk your hands back. Your torso should be upright here. Take your hands and rest them on your upper thighs. Take pause. A couple deep breaths here. Checking in with the heart. Today has been about finding flow. Practicing our sun salutations. Trying to move swiftly and smoothly from one movement to another. And noticing what's happening in the body all the while. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and drop onto one side of your hips and swivel your legs out in front of you. We're going to start with wide legs here. And we're going to walk our hands very gently out in front of us. You should feel a stretch on your inner thighs. Rolling open through the knees. Again, it's okay to find a little bit of rocking movement if that feels good to you. Breath doing the majority of the work. This is especially an area that we don't want to force into a stretch. Use your breath to open up some of that tissue. Slowly, we walk our hands back into the body. We pull the feet in so that the soles touch. We can grab here at the feet, keeping our heart lifted, and then slowly allow the heart to sink forward towards those feet. You can use your elbows as a little bit of extra leverage here if you'd like, placing them on the inside of those knees to gently press down a little bit. We've worked on opening our hips, our hamstrings, and now the inner thighs. Again, release by walking the torso back up. And we're going to go ahead and take our legs out in front of us, scooch, and gently allow the back to descend towards the mat. Take your left knee and pull it in towards your left armpit as you extend the right leg out. You can play with it here, holding it in this position or directly in towards the chest, whatever feels better for you. Inhale to pull attention into the body, and exhale to relax into the mat. Release the left leg. Pull now the right knee in to the right armpit and extend the left leg. Use your breath to loosen things up. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, melt into the mat. Exhale, allow that leg to extend, meeting the left, and allow the heels to widen to the wider edges of your mat. As your hands relax along your sides, palms facing up towards the sky, this is Shavasana. You've made it to the end of class. These final moments are always reserved for stillness, time with self, to be, a gift we don't often give ourselves, and so enjoy. Take a big deep breath in through your nose, all the way down into your low belly, your back, your rib cage. And exhale, melt, relax. Stay here for a few more moments before we conclude today. Take one final breath. And as you exhale, I want you to release something that does not serve you as you walk into the rest of your day. As you inhale, pull in all of the goodness you've been able to meditate on during this practice. When you're ready, you can begin to awaken the body, give a little wiggle to your fingers, your toes. Maybe you take your hands above your head, your big toes together. You give a big stretch in opposite directions. And as you feel ready and led to come out of Shavasana, feel free to gently roll to one side, pull the knees together, and use that top hand to press into an upright position. Thank you all for joining me for class today. We'll be back next week with another flow. If there are any suggestions, areas of the body you'd like to work on, please don't hesitate to come chat with me. Otherwise, I send out with as much light as I see in each of you. I hope you take it out into the world aptly. Namaste.